Hi all. A few months ago, I wanted to try something new and went to a hair styling about a consultation to get hair extensions. She said, because she was just starting out, they'd charge me the model price, $1,750 plus $300 tip, including the 20 extensions. I was about 9 months pregnant at the time and really feeling like crap, so I was really wanting to lift my spirits. I dipped into my savings and decided to trust the stylist who promised it would be worth it. Well, after the first week of getting the extensions put it in, they were sliding all over my head. I let her know. She said she'd fix it. So I went back and she fixed it. During this appointment, I asked about proper care. She said to sleep with my hair in a braid, blow dry it after washing, and to wear a silk bonnet. All of which I followed to a T. I was only washing my hair once a week and blow drying/styling as soon as I got out of the shower. Anyways, I noticed a bump on the side of the extension which wouldn't lay flat. I was unable to put my hair in a ponytail because the bump would be sticking out. Reached out again and she fixed it. I was starting to lose my patience regarding this. The final time was when the extensions were sliding down from the bottom row, so I asked her to bring her manager in to provide some solutions. They suggested removing the bottom hand-sewed extension and adding a few tape-ins. I was pleased until I was charged $50 for this. It felt like she should have brought her manager in the first time we were experiencing issues, without me having to bring it up. The extension started sliding on the side, not regular growth. And I reached out once more and finally asked her to please just remove the extensions and I'll try again later. I was almost going to give birth at this point and was super stressed out from having to drive back and forth an hour to get this fixed. She said it would be $100 for the removal. I asked if she could talk to her manager about the price, since I'd already spent so much, and I had not been able to enjoy my hair since really the first week. She immediately got defensive and blamed me for improper care, despite me having followed her care instructions. She canceled our upcoming appointment, which was 3 days before my birthday, which she knew about, so it felt intentional. I had just given birth and had to have an emergency cesarean section, so this just added more stress to my life. To top it off, I never received a receipt for the extensions, so I don't know what they cost. I asked 3 times and she never delivered. I had to have my husband remove the extensions at home, and we noticed it was essentially one weft cut into many pieces and a few tape-ins scattered throughout. If the work was good and actually worth it, I don't think I would have minded the price as much. But everything combined just left me feeling very raw and taken advantage of during such a vulnerable time in my life. The cherry on top is that when I left a Google review, the owner had it removed, despite me being respectful in my delivery. My husband suggested I write here to see if anyone has any suggestions. Am I overreacting in being super disappointed in these results? I understand some growth is normal, but this was happening since the first week. Original poster. Hey, could you help with something? There is a little piece of my extension that I cannot get to lay flat for the life of me. Wondering if I'm doing something wrong. Original poster. Do you have any tips for this? The original poster also gave the stylist pictures of the extension from angles. Update. Wow, what a whirlwind. I never expected my last post to resonate with so many of you. I'm incredibly grateful for the outpouring of support and validation. One thing I didn't mention before is that my husband and I moved to this state a year ago for work, leaving behind our support network. Dealing with this hair ordeal on top of everything else has been tough. You all came through with amazing advice and insight. I appreciate you all / this community. So here's an update since many of you asked for one, both publicly and in direct messages. First of all, it's disheartening to hear that so many of you have had similar experiences being taken advantage of by an establishment. Didn't expect so many people to relate to my experience. So less than 12 hours after posting, I received a cease and desist email from the salon owners. I'll share some excerpts from their email and my response. There are a few points they made that I didn't address initially. They claim they didn't provide a contract with a forged signature, which is fair, but they did present a contract I'd never seen before, obviously missing my signature. The contract states they only purchased 1 pack each of weft and tape-in extensions, but the email insists I received 2 packs of each, more than twice the amount for the average install. I did agree to their policy, which includes a no-refund clause but offers a readjustment within 7 days of the work being completed. I reached out within that time frame to address issues with the extensions, but nothing was truly fixed. The pictures I posted were taken just before we removed the extensions at home because the stylist canceled our removal appointment. The extensions were in about 5 to 6 weeks at that point. The stylist insisted the pics showed normal growth. It's been over 12 hours, and I haven't received any acknowledgement or apology from the owners/stylist. It's disappointing that they're quick to send legal threats but not to make things right. As for the advice to take legal action, I spoke to my mom, who's been a hairstylist and salon owner for over 20 years, and she doesn't think I have a strong case. She said these kinds of disputes are tough to win. The reason why I didn't ask her to do the extensions herself because she's in another state, plus she doesn't offer this service in general. Looking back, I should have just flown home and asked one of her experienced friends to do this work for me. Hindsight is 2020. I started off being patient and understanding because of my mom's experience in the industry. I saw how mean people could get and how her work was not valued at times as an artist. But after seeing the poor quality of the work, especially when my mom came to visit and saw for herself, I realized I'd been taken advantage of. Even looking back on my messages, I don't think I was asking for much from the stylist. I put my trust in her to handle my hair with care, and was disappointed. What hurts worse is that we even hung out with our families and dogs. We went to dinner together. She made me feel like I could trust her during a vulnerable time in my life. Anyways, thank you for making it this far. I'm still going to choose to be patient and trusting with people in the future. I'm not going to hold my breath from an apology from the owners/stylist. They've already pocketed my money and could probably care less about me as a person. They're probably working on getting these posts removed as we speak. Now about my hair currently. I've dyed it back to a natural color. It's super frizzy and dry from all the processing over the past year. Can anyone recommend products for frizzy hair that won't make it greasy? My hair tends to get oily easily. Also, I've noticed a lot of hair loss. Any advice for dealing with postpartum hair loss? Cease and desist regarding discussion of salon matter. I hope this message finds you well. I am writing to address a matter of concern regarding your continued discussion of salon-related topics. It has come to our attention that you have persisted in discussing matters pertaining to the salon, yet you have never contacted us, the owners or the business. Please be advised that further defamatory and accusatory discussion of salon matters, whether in person, through written communication, or via any other means, is unacceptable and must cease immediately. Your encouragement of Reddit readers to leave reviews when they have not received any services is harassment. We have not nor have ever had a review removed. Also, claiming that we fraudulently forged your signature is a serious accusation and extremely defamatory of our character. The signature was not forged, and we have an electronic receipt that you opened and signed the policy form on July 12, 2023, at 12:32 p.m., and it includes the IP address and device used and was available to your bank when you filed the dispute. To clarify, you were a model, your installation was free, you received 2 packs of Bellamy Volume wefts plus 2 packs of tape-ins. This is more than twice the amount for the average install, along with your color service, and chose to tip in addition to the charges. Nevertheless, you were aware of the costs prior to the service and chose to move forward with said services. Failure to comply with this request will leave us with no choice but to pursue legal action to protect the interests of our business. We sincerely hope to avoid escalating this matter and trust that you will respect our request. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Transcript of original poster's response. Thanks for reaching out. I'm a bit surprised you'll have decided to reach out now and not 4+ months ago when this all happened. I noticed other reviews were being replied to, but mine was ignored for some reason. I also let her know she could share my feedback with y'all, and still no one reached out. If you took the time to read the post, you'll see I have not encouraged anyone to leave any fraudulent reviews. If you read the post, you'll also see me clearly state that the issue was with the outcome of the work. Of course, I agreed to pay a certain price. However, the install was done very improperly, and this was evident from the first week of the install being put in. How could I have possibly known that was going to do a poor job? Also, not sure why her work wasn't being supervised by one of the managers if she has little experience with extensions. Is this a common business practice? My post wasn't meant to be defamatory, but to simply share my perspective. I did not intend for that post to reach so many people, but apparently, the work spoke for itself and struck a nerve. I shared my experience with your salon/stylist and provided pictures of the work your stylist completed so I could get more opinions. If posting pictures of the work your stylist produced makes the salon look bad, that's not really within my control. The public opinion is out of my hands. As a business, you'd think you'd stand by the integrity of your work or else make it right. It would be great if we could reach a compromise outside of court. What I'm looking for is acknowledgement that the install was done improperly and an apology for refusing to take accountability, as well as an apology for the emotional distress that was caused during my most vulnerable time. I'd appreciate an apology from both the owners and Redacted. I've been receiving a lot of messages asking for an update, and it would be great if I could let people know the owners/stylist apologized/took accountability and that we will be dropping this and moving on. Looking forward to hearing what you have to say regarding reaching a compromise. If you're not willing to apologize, that is understandable. However, if so, I ask that you do not contact me again or I will have to consider that contact harassment. At the very least, I hope your team reads the post and is able to implement new business practices to protect any future clients from having to go through something similar with your salon/stylist. I hope at the very least the feedback is finally received. I gave your salon/stylist a second, third, and fourth chance to make things right, and instead of rectifying, your stylist metaphorically closed the door in my face. That's not right. That's no way to treat a paying client. If your business did not remove my review, then I apologize for that assumption and will let people know. I'm sure you could see why I would think that. Thanks for your consideration. Hope you had a restful weekend. Transcript of Instagram comment. Thank you so much to the clients who gave me second chances. And even if I didn't do something right, there's definitely a stylist out there that will. Also, we would much rather you tell us you don't like something than never come back or leave a bad review. We feel just as bad as you do when things happen and want nothing more than a chance to make things right. It helps us learn from mistakes, because even after years of doing hair, we're still learning, and it helps build trust and a lasting relationship with you guys. Original poster. Hey, could you talk to your manager about the price of the removal tomorrow? I'm going to be completely honest after I had some time to reflect. I don't think it's fair that I was charged last time I went in, since it was essentially to fix an issue that's shown up since after the first week of getting the extensions put in, especially since I paid basically $2,000 for it. I know the prices aren't on you and on your managers. Between you and I feel the ball was dropped on their end a few times. I feel I've been pretty patient and understanding since you gave me a discounted price, and I know you're just starting out, but your managers should have jumped in from the first time we met again to fix the sliding extensions. It's on them and their lack of supervision, in my opinion, and that resulted in me having to return to the salon multiple times, make the 1-hour drive to and from, while in my third trimester. Original poster. That combined with being charged last time after I had asked to have them removed. I'd have rather just paid the $100 last time and be done with it until I felt better. Original poster. So that combined with the lack of transparency in prices. Being quoted one price, then your manager almost doubling the quote with no real breakdown. Not being given the receipt to my extensions. Maybe they do things differently in Austin, Texas, but in San Francisco, it's standard practice to be transparent about these prices. All of that, plus me not really being able to enjoy the extensions since we've been having issues the first week into the install, resulted in me asking to remove them last time and have us try again another time when it's not adding to an already super stressful time in my life. Again, I feel I've been super patient overall, as well as with the establishment since it's new, and I know the first year it's a matter of figuring things out. I'm just kind of spent on the whole thing at this point. Original poster. And I know you've been patient too and trying your best, which I appreciate, and I know it's on your managers and what they say. So feel free to share this feedback with them if you'd like. I'm super happy you're at a place where you can grow your career, and I'm rooting for the success of the salon. This is just a bit much at this point. LOL. Salon. Yeah, I can't help what the prices are. And the reason that bottom row was doing what it was doing was because of the way it was being pulled into a high pony and then slept on. We went over the braid at the first appointment and consult and how to care for them. Also, all you paid for was the hair. The install is what's free for a model. I told you that any other further services would be full price. We charged you for the last appointment because the tapes were ready to be moved up. I asked you if you wanted to wait until the next appointment, but since it was bothering you so bad, we went ahead and removed them and put them back. That is not anything that is wrong with the extensions. That is not anything that is wrong with the service that I did. It was just time for a move up. My bosses both agreed that it was not an improper install, and it was how the extensions were being slept on for the bottom row. I did a full removal and reinstall for you the first time because Salon, I really thought that it was something wrong with the install or that your hair texture needed further ways to fix the issue. And I am always willing to help that first time that things are messed up, especially on a model client. But it cut off. Salon. If you have any further questions or concerns, you are more than welcome to talk to the salon. Salon. Unfortunately, I no longer feel comfortable moving forward with this service. I am sorry you were disappointed, but I don't believe I'm the right stylist for you. Again, you're more than welcome to email the salon with your concerns. I will be canceling the appointment for tomorrow. I wish you the best on your hair journey. Salon. We also had a few of your tape-ins left over and that weft. I will put them in a bag for you, and you can pick them up whenever. Original poster. I asked if I was doing anything improperly with the care and was told I was not. I didn't sleep with my hair up. I slept with it in a loose braid and even bought a silk bonnet to protect it further. I sleep with it in a loose braid every night. Relevant comments. Holy hell, I just looked at that post and I literally cannot believe you walked out the door with those insanely messed up extensions for $2,000. My jaw is literally on the floor as a professional. I genuinely don't know how that girl went to sleep that night after charging you that for that work. I've had invisible bead machine weft extensions for 2 years. Never in my life have I seen anything like this. That cease and desist is all smoke and mirrors. They can't restrict your free speech and prevent you from writing a review with factual information online. Nothing you said was incorrect or disparaging with the intent to harm. It was just reporting a fact. Don't let that scare you for a second. The industry is notorious for this nonsense. Non-compete clauses, etc., all that stuff that can't be enforced legally. Original poster. My mom said the same thing. They looked fine from the front and I didn't look at the back. Apparently the back looked crazy. Bless my husband, he didn't say anything because he had no idea what they were supposed to look like, LOL. But after I asked him directly if they looked bad, he was like, objectively, yes. And I know the cease and desist is straight nonsense. I cackled when I saw that because I knew it meant they were pressed. I'm sure they're even more upset that this continues to blow up. Comment 2. Like, I genuinely question if this person has ever even seen a proper extension application before, never mind done one on a client. This is inexcusable and not just kind of sloppy work. Like, I really don't know if this person should be licensed. I don't usually advocate for complaining to the state board, but this person is playing fast and loose.